Dr. Frank Gabriel. 30 years into a career in emergency medicine, I can still be such a knucklehead. Last night, I stayed a little extra to give some test results to a patient who was deathly afraid that something terrible had gone wrong for them. And when I told them that the results were all normal, they were so relieved that they reached out and hugged me and began to sob. 30 years into a career in emergency medicine, that's what it's all about. It just touches your soul at such a deep level, and I still am surprised when it happens. That's why I'm so excited to share my message with you. It was John Wooden that said, "It's what you learn after you know it all that really counts." I believe that caring for others should be the most emotionally rewarding job on the planet. We all know, and recent studies confirm, the fact that nearly 60 to 70% of our doctors and nurses on the front lines of the healthcare system are suffering from some degree of burnout. I believe that compassion fatigue and professional burnout in medicine and nursing need never happen in the first place, and that if it does occur, there's a clear path back to an emotionally rewarding experience of both our jobs as caregivers and life itself. I believe the reason this is currently not the case for us is that we all bought into healthcare's biggest fallacy. Our belief that we must not emotionally connect to our patients, that we must keep a safe professional or clinical distance. This myth is actually the very thing that prevents us from getting what we want. We want to care, and we want to know that our care makes a difference for our patients. We want to know that our caring matters, that our caring is meaningful, and that the work we do is significant. We can't get what we want if we don't make an emotional connection. Our belief is that getting close to our patients will overwhelm us emotionally and impair our clinical judgment, will cause us to make bad decisions, and in fact will make us bad doctors and nurses. Getting close to our patients, stepping into their sadness, their grief, their pain, or their suffering will overwhelm us emotionally and cause us to break down or fall apart and become irrational. None of this is true. It was Father Henry Nouwen who said, "The friend who can be silent with us in a moment of despair or confusion, who can stay with us in an hour of grief or bereavement, who can tolerate not knowing, not healing, not curing, that's the friend who cares." Our reluctance to emotionally step into our patient's pain, fear, or suffering without first being able to fix it is the reason we have become so fascinated with our technology. Our fear of pain has caused us to shift our focus from our patients to the potassium level, the CAT scan, the MRI, the time to the cath lab, our new medicines, and implantable medical devices. Well, newsflash, people, technology is not care, and we, as a group, have become confused about what care is. Our false hope is that if we fix it first with our spectacular technology, we won't have to suffer along with our patients. But I have to ask you, can we really fix anything? We have no cure for heart disease, no cure for cancer, no cure for HRV, no cure for the common cold. We have lots of treatments that will make things better, and we can do amazing things, but can we really fix anything? Our fear of making an authentic and genuine connection to our patients is based on complete and utter fantasy. But worse yet, it's the primary reason we fall victim to compassion fatigue and burnout. Daniel Pink said empathy is about standing in someone else's shoes, feeling with his or her heart, seeing with his or her eyes. Not only is empathy hard to outsource and automate, but it makes the world a better place. True care is really what we came to our positions in the healthcare team to give, and it's the intangible substance that our patients are expecting to receive when they come to us with a problem. True care requires us to feel their pain as if it were our own. When patients come to us, they may not necessarily believe that they will find a cure or fix for their problem, but they do expect to find someone who cares. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. They didn't come for the x-ray, the splint, the crutches, the note for work, the prescription, or the referral. They came for care. Adding true care to our current practice changes everything. And that's my message. We are actually in the best position ever, because now we can have it all. We can get what we really want. All we have to do is add true care to our current practice. True care requires us to get emotionally present and connected with our patients in their pain and suffering. And this is truly uncomfortable and difficult, but the rewards for freely stepping into this painful place are unlimited. Empathy really does hurt. It's a state of suffering. Feeling compassion for our patients, wanting things to be better for them, downregulates all the empathetic suffering centers in our own brains and turns on the wholesome feel-good nuclei. Our prefrontal cortex is then showered with dopamine. Our patients feel this too, and this is what changes things for both of us. The Dalai Lama says, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Matthew Ricard is the world's happiest man. He's a Tibetan monk who's quite experienced with meditation. But he's only the world's happiest man when he's meditating on compassion. Feeling compassion changes the neurochemistry in our own brains. Feeling compassion engages us, empowers us, and enlarges us as humans. This shift in the neurochemistry in our brains makes us more resilient and resourceful. And best yet, this is what makes us happy. This is how we become self-actualized caregivers. This is what it's all about. Changing the world one patient encounter at a time. Our feeling compassion does the same thing for our patients, and that's what we both came to the hospital for. And this is how we create satisfaction on both sides of the stethoscope. Real-time MRI confirms this physical change in our prefrontal cortex, and as a result, this now becomes science and technology. This is true emotional technology that you didn't learn in school. Unfortunately, knowing about the 6 stages and knowing about how to generate and deliver the intangible stuff of true care is not enough to bring us back from burnout to a healthy emotional experience of our lives and our careers. Action is the only way out. We actually have to practice true care. But our patients, their family members, our environment, or even our own personal circumstances can make it oh so difficult to care. When it's difficult, we need insight, perspective, techniques, methods, and tools that will allow us to step over the obstacles in our environment that limit us, that make it almost impossible for us to care, so that we can transform internally and transcend those limits by generating and delivering true care anyway. Transcending what we currently see as limits to our caring is the only way we can generate and deliver the true care that will make a difference, that will allow us to feel like who we are and what we do matters. Transcending our limits so that we can find our own compassion for our patients is the only way we can generate the changes in our own prefrontal cortex that will shower our brains with feel-good neurotransmitters to generate the personal satisfaction we crave. When it's challenging, we need a system we can rely on that will allow us to find a way to generate and deliver the emotional technology of true care. Reflect, which I wrote about in Back from Burnout, is just that circular system. Think of it as 7 habits of highly effective caregivers. Once you understand true care and the reflection process, you'll understand why I'm so happy to share my message. Because you'll understand when you look in the mirror that it's your reflection that has the power to change your world. If you're looking for a gift this holiday season, why not stop by Amazon and pick up a copy of Care 101, where you can understand the process of true care. Or Back from Burnout, where you'll learn about the 7 steps or the reflection process. And if you want to keep the joy coming, if you want to keep the satisfaction flowing, pick up a copy of Booster Shots. That's it for this week's Shot of Satisfaction. In the meantime, until we meet again, go, care, make a difference, and change your world. All the best, Dr. Frank.